a $600 light bill. We got it in, the first one from this house. I guess it's because of this thing right here, this pool, everything, because it's been running constantly. And don't nobody even get in it. Nobody gets in it. Whose light bill, who's got a higher light bill than me? Who? I would like to know who's got one higher than me. I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing's a bad boy to look at. It's a bad boy to look at, especially since we got the cactuses out of the way. We got cactuses out of the way, and it's nice. But you know, it was a sticking point for her to have this pool, and I ain't even seen her in it, but she got in twice. Twice. We had one pool party. That was her family come over. That was it. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm excited for. I'm excited for this right there, the fire pit. And by next summer, we're gonna build a bar up there and stuff like that, because that's what I like to do, a bar, stuff like that. But back to this thing, $600 for a light bill. That is ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks awesome. But that's the most stupidest thing I ever heard. I mean, getting in the pool twice? If she got money like that, that's awesome. And there are people who have money like that. And I do advocate for having money like that. It's just that most people ain't got money like that. And they're just able to afford the payments and not actually afford the thing, meaning outright pay for everything. Maybe the house is paid off. Maybe she paid it off in cash. But the pool causing the bill to shoot up, the electricity bill up to $600 in a month? And all he said was, this is a bad boy right here. Bro, it's moving water. Is that worth $600 a month? Honestly, I would like to ask the owner. It sounds like he's one of the guys who may have done work around there. It doesn't sound like he lives in there, because otherwise he would have said that was his wife. But I would like to know, what is the income of the person who is living there? And how do they earn that income? Because I don't believe in just making a lot of money and that just being enough. I believe the vehicle you're in, whether it's in stocks or real estate, or you actually having an asset that's producing income for you to afford things like this, or if you're working a 9-to-5 job, it's not the best decision, in my opinion, in my strong opinion, for to be paying stuff like this, because it's just like you're a slave to it at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just working for moving water and it's looking nice. And she invited her family. I hope she's not living or trying to keep up with the Joneses, because it definitely sounds like this is. By the way, if you like these type of videos, make sure you subscribe right now. Let's go to the next video.
My light bill is $1,500 for a 2-bedroom apartment, and I'm going to tell you why. So this was my light bill for the first month that I moved in July. This was the following month for one whole month. I had called my electricity company. They sent somebody out and they said the meter looked fine. They said they could request to send another person out. It's probably going to get denied because they already sent someone out, and they only go up to the meter. Like, if something in my house is sucking up power, it's not their job, or like they can do nothing about it because it's not their fault. So with this, I went ahead and contacted my landlord at my apartment complex and basically told them what was happening. She went ahead and sent the maintenance guy to go check my water heater, and to basically did what I did, was turn off everything and see how it was with my water heater and how it was without it, because I have a water heater in my apartment. This was my KW without my water heater on, and this was it with my water heater on. Keep in mind, when I first got this bill, I had already called my landlord letting her know, like, hey, something's going on, whatever. I had been talking to her since August. It is now November and I'm still dealing with this. So basically, this is how much I owe, and I had to pay a balance just to keep my light on, which was $800.
Crazy. This is an apartment we're talking about, y'all. When I lived in an apartment, I don't know about you, but my electricity bill was around $50 to $75 a month, I believe. And that's actually being really generous. In total, with my utilities, it was me and my girl living together in a 1-bedroom apartment, and it was around, on the high end, about $110 per month with utilities and water. And we weren't even trying to save electricity. We lived in the state of Virginia. Let me know if this sounds outrageous to you in those utility bill prices in the comment section down below. What are your utility bills? But anyways, for her to have to pay that much knowing that there is a huge problem is insane. I would even recommend contacting a lawyer. I read the comment section, and a lot of people actually experience things like this in an apartment. And I advise you, if you live in an apartment, make sure this isn't happening to you, because I didn't know until I watched this video that sometimes they could actually have something messed up where you're getting charged what your neighbor is using plus what you're using, or what the hallway is using plus what you're using, or if you're close to a laundry room and it being added to your bill, or even the whole entire apartment building possibly. I went deep into the comment section just to find that out, and I'm like, next apartment I'm moving into, I'm triple checking that we're not getting scammed, because this just don't seem right, especially knowing that if she did not damage the water heater, then it is their responsibility to be covering that. It's insane. That's like rent. That's like rent for electricity bill. That's crazy, man.
So I live in Georgia, and I see a lot of people talking about their Georgia power bill. My Georgia power bill has been excessively, unnecessarily high since January. My bill in like January, February was about $1,400. Around March, I think it was like maybe $1,000. I think after I stopped using my heat, it went down to maybe like $300 or something, which is the normal or the average for me. This month is back up to like $800. Budget billing and the flat bill is a scam, okay? Because what they do is they monitor your usage over like 12 months and then they average it out, and that's what your bill is. It works if you want to keep your bill at like the same rate every month, but the problem that I had being on budget billing and flat billing all these years prior to this year is that I had months where my bill was like $100, but my flat bill was like $400. I finally got off of the budget billing and the flat billing, and I just went to the regular rate every month. But then my bill was $1,400 earlier this year that I did not want to pay. If your bill is high, you better pay it, or they're gonna cut that shit off. Don't try to call them people and say, oh, maybe something's wrong with the meter. I called them to check to make sure nobody was stealing my power or having nothing hooked up to my house and I didn't know it. Because I'm like, there is no reason why my bill should be $1,400. I even asked them for the rate that my neighbor was paying because they had the house similar size and they got more people living in their home. But their bill was only about half of what mine was. So it wasn't significantly less because $1,400 at that time was just too high. And I thought maybe my bill should have been like $400, but my neighbor's was up there, like $1,000 too. So I'm like, maybe nothing is really wrong. Long story short, don't get flat billing or budget billing. If your Georgia power bill is high and it's...
Long story short, a lot of people try to figure out how they can afford things and they just want a flat rate. And that's a huge problem in today's economy. It's like people do that with cars, people do that with homes, people do that with credit cards. As long as they can afford the monthly payment, they think they're good. When that's one of the biggest scams in this country, is the fact that just because you can cover it for the month, you think that you own the thing. This is why I'm not a big advocate on owning a home until I can pay it off fully in cash. I don't care what anybody says. Owning a home is more expensive than owning or renting an apartment. People don't account for the renovations. People don't account for the furniture because you have extra space. People don't account for the 20-year loan and not actually having to refinance because that extends your loan as well. So it's just like electricity bills can go up and down. And I don't know how it is in Georgia, but hearing that it's like $1,000, it's like the average, is insane.
So we got our electric bill for the month of July, $650. For the month of June, it was $560. For the month of August, if it keeps raising, our electric company, Centerpoint fucking Energy, they're pieces of fucking shit. We will have given them $2,000 in 3 months just for our fucking electric bill. I can't afford that. And if I can't afford that, I can't imagine other fucking people and what the fuck they're paying. This is bullshit. We are literally getting raped. Like they are forcing us to not pay our bills so that they can force us out of our fucking houses or something. This is absolutely bullshit.
I'm wondering if she owns a house or not. Not saying that apartment utility or electricity bills can't go crazy, because we saw that earlier in today's video. But I'm wondering, just because I've definitely heard homeowners pay a lot more in utilities. And again, that's one of the reasons I'm just not for owning a home. And that's just that. I'm not here to argue about it. Owning a home is expensive. Living in an apartment is expensive. But certain things about owning a home just cost more because you're owning a home. Like, it's just the God-given truth. So I'm wondering if she's owning a home or if she's renting an apartment. Let me know in the comment section down below, what is your electricity bill? And do you think that's expensive for where you're living right now?